Alright, so the next one we're going to do, and actually I'll turn off the, go ahead and turn off the crop region for that one, and turn off the crop region for that one, so it's up there, is to create this overhead site view. So I'm just going to pick this guy and delete it. And I'm going to come into my site plan. This one's pretty straightforward. And I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to go to duplicate view. I'm going to rename it. Call it site 1. Click OK. And now really what I'm going to do is sort of go through the same process in reverse that I did for some other things. So I'm just going to start hiding things. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn the masses off. So I'm going to go to VB, scroll down and get rid of the check next to mass. Click OK. You're going to see the masses disappear. I'm going to come in and, I don't know, maybe get rid of the floors. Don't really want a green floor, so I'll come in here and hide in view element. Gray is a little nicer. I don't really want these elevation markers, so I'm just going to select those and type VH for view hide, and it'll hide that whole category. I'll do the same thing, VH, for the scope boxes. I don't really want to see that longitudinal section that I made, so I'm going to go to hide in view elements, and then I'm just going to hide all the sections, view hide, and I'll hide that reference plane. Whoops, not the mass. Control Z that. I just want the reference plane, so I'm going to tab and VH the reference plane. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's a generic, that's the generic model cut, so I'm just going to go in there and hide in view elements, right? So I'm kind of getting it down to what I want. Don't really want the grids, so view hide those. I'm not really sure I want this trellis at all. It's kind of busy, and I'm just going to window around it and right click and go hide in view elements. And those will go away. It's possible I could keep them in there, and one way that it might work if I Control Z and bring that back is I could come in, and here I have the detail level set to medium. If I set that to coarse, it actually turns the beams into lines, which is more graphic, and that might be okay. Now the only thing I want to hide is sort of this series of floors in here. So if I come around here and window around that and filter out, check none, and I'm going to get rid of the walls. I want to leave the structural framing and the columns. I'm going to get rid of the floors and the model groups. So if I select all those and right click on them, hide in view elements, right now I just sort of have this more schematic. Now I want to crop the view. So we know to do that, we can come down here to crop view, and it will crop it, which it's cropping it to a tiny, tiny, tiny little piece. If we turn on our crop region, show the crop region, if we pick that, we can pull it out and adjust it to what we want it to be. We could also set it to a scope box, which we've done several times as well. So you could come in and pick kind of about where you want that guy, right? And once you're happy with it, you want to check the size of it. So pick the crop box and go to edit crop. Oops, sorry, not edit crop, but size and crop. And that's going to say it's 13 by 3 and 13/16. And maybe we'll just make that 3.5 inches. Click OK. It gets a little smaller. I'm just going to go ahead and hide in view this element so it doesn't drive me crazy. So now I have this view that I'm ready to print or ready to place on my sheet. So if I come down to my composition sheet, I can then go up to my site plan 01 and drag it out on the sheet. Right, and you'll see it'll want to kind of line up the edges of stuff, which is nice. And then you have that, and you can double click on that, and you can turn the crop box off. Double click outside of it, and I'm just going to move that guy up a little bit, maybe move this guy down a little bit, right where it sort of lines up. And then if you want to, you could turn off the guide grid once you're done so you can get a good idea of like sort of what the sheet's going to look like when it prints. Okay. We'll talk about the placement of this little guy there in a little bit later.